Last year, I placed in the top 1% of all UCAT test takers, and here are 3 high-yield tips that helped me score a perfect 900 in the quantitative reasoning subtest. By the way, if you're after more specific advice about your own performance, I offer online one-on-one tuition sessions, so if you're interested in that, please feel free to get in touch. Right, number 1 is to get good at your mental maths. And if you do A-level maths like I did, you'll understand the struggle precisely. Because in A-level maths, you get given a calculator. So all that mental maths you've been building up for years, poof, out of the window, you don't need to use it anymore. But in the UCAT, where every second counts, you don't want to have to waste time doing a simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or fractions problem with that clunky calculator you get in the exam. So make sure you practice your mental maths and make sure you can do those questions really quickly and accurately so you don't end up wasting time. So my second tip is to familiarise yourself with common themes in QR questions. So those are things like public transport timetables, currency exchanges, compound interest, areas and volumes, and more. If you can get to know those themes, learn the formulas in those themes that always show up, you'll save yourself a lot of time thinking about them in the actual exam and be able to answer many more questions. My final tip is to guesstimate wisely, especially for those questions that seem really long or have a lot of reading for you to do beforehand. In these questions, if you look at the answer options, they're often wildly far apart from each other. A might be 3.2, B might be 32, C 320, and so on. In these questions, it's often really obvious when one of the answers is so obviously just wrong. So like if I was talking about a loaf of bread, it's obviously not going to be £34,000 or something like that. If you do this, you can quickly eliminate wrong answers. From the maybe correct answers, you can do a quick guess and move on. This will save you a lot of time reading or doing unnecessary calculations and means that you get to tackle more of the questions that might be easier later on. And remember, in quantitative reasoning, the questions are not in difficulty order and are all worth the same marks. So if you ever get really stuck on a question, flag, skip, and move on.